Hello, everybody. So, you'll have to excuse me. I'm a little bit groggy. Two reasons. Number one, I was on the wine last night. Number two, it's in relation to what I'm going to be speaking about today, which is spiritual attack. Now, I'm calling it spiritual attack because it comes in quite a few different guises. So it can be black magic, it can be energy manipulation, it can be psychic attack. There's lots and lots and lots of different variations of, depending on what the practitioner uses. Now, sadly, myself and Lucy have been victim to another attack. And yeah, I want to talk about it. Now, I know that people in the community will either pretend that this doesn't go off, or they're of the slightly higher ranking light worker belief that if you pretend that it's not there, it won't hurt you, which is just BS. And I've still not got around to do some content about that yet. Yeah, this latest attacker has been identified and is being dealt with in the correct spiritual way. Now, the sad fact is that you human beings, for the most part, are so easily swayed. Greed, jealousy, offers. You know, you'd sell your kidney. You really would. You know, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting to do this to other human beings, for your own gain. Absolutely disgusting. And you call yourself spiritual people of some variety. Now, for me, this kind of behavior is cowardice. It's simply cowardice, because you don't have the ability to get what you want through the right channels, i.e. hard work, learning, developing, growing, facing your shadows and your trauma. So you turn to the easy way, attacking other people for what they have. Normally, in this case at least, on the command of some god or deity. Now, this goes on as well out in the field, if you want to call it that, on the circuit, and I'm going to talk about that now, because I was talking about this with my subscribers across on Patreon the other week. There's two reasons why I am slowly starting to pull away from the event circuit. Number one is that I'm sick of the traveling. I'm sick of the hours put in on, for the most part, let's be honest, a wing and a prayer that you're going to make some money. You know, there's no shying away from the fact that the event scene and circuit as the bottom's fallen out of it. Not going to go into that. It's not about that. The second reason is that I am sick to death of going places and being energetically or psychically attacked by people there. Now, think about it this way. Imagine that you have to go somewhere for work. So it's a work conference, for argument's sake, because these things aren't every day, most weekends though. And you go there, and as part of that, as well as working, as well as discussing your ideas, you're repeatedly getting punched in the face by somebody. Because that's basically what it is. Now, the sad fact is, because we're talking about psychic or energy attack here, even if you identify the person, which sometimes you do, you can't say anything to them. Oh no, dearie, that's not me. Why would I do something like that? Because you're dealing with something that you can't prove. You know it's them, but you can't prove it. You know, the sad fact is that if you have a problem with me, tell me. Because like I say, it's cowardice. It's hiding. It's hiding behind masks and veils. And again, it comes down to jealousy. If you don't like what I preach, just preach harder. It's not my fault that the arse end's fallen out of your lot's belief system. It's not my fault that my version of spirituality makes more sense to those who have been doing this for God knows how long and had no changes in their life, because you lot have just told them it's going to be all right. They're there. That's not my fault. Why is that my fault? It's not my fault that I do content like this. Because believe it or not, you know, I only do it because I keep getting attacked. I only do it because people continue to act in a corrupted way. People continue to put themselves, their ego, and their profit before human beings. And if it triggers you that much, you're part of the problem. You know, it annoys me when you get the, light-siders. That annoys me because as far as I'm concerned, nothing will change unless you expose this stuff. But, at least they're not going around throwing stank energy. It's cowardice, it's pathetic. And as you can see, I'm still standing. So when are you going to understand it doesn't work? It's just an irritation. It's uncomfortable, it's not nice. And most importantly, it's upsetting. Now, I was talking about this on my Patreon group the other day. Now, the sad fact is that everybody's got lots and lots and lots of opinions and preconceptions of me. The fact is that none of you know me. None of you do. You know what I decide to let you know. Now, the sad fact is that, I have to go to these events to make money. I don't want to do them anymore, but sadly, as per, people want to put blocks on my work. People want to spread rumours and lies about me, as has been going on for the last couple of years, which has affected my day-to-day work. I've said, once I've got that steady flow, I will pull away from the event circuit, and I am starting to do that. Believe you me, if I was where I needed to be in my work today, I wouldn't be doing any events this year. Now, for the most part, I'm not going to have too many issues this year at events, but there are a few that are a bit problem children with the people who are going. Now, when you go to work, because that's what I'm doing at these events, I'm going to work, and you spend all day being beaten up by your colleagues. I come home and I get in the bath to wash the stank off, to try and relax some of my muscles after they've been pummeled all day. And I want to cry. I want to cry. Not because not because it's upset me because I've been beaten up. I'm strong. I'm a hell of a lot stronger than any of these cowards. It makes me want to cry because for somebody to do that to another human being, it means that they hate you. It makes me want to cry because people would rather do that because they hate me because of who I am and what I preach. That's why I want to cry, that somebody can have so much hate for another human being that they would do that to them. Because that's what it comes down to. All the while putting on these fake smiles, all the while pretending they're good people. And it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. I don't understand it. Like I say, if you have a problem with me, then speak to me and we'll hash it out. But no, you got to hide, you got to run, skulk around, get with your little cliques, run around. And when we're talking about the event or events as well, I'm fully aware there's plenty of events. We don't want him here. As I've said before, right? I'm a professional. I turn up, I set up, I sit there, I do my job, I go home. Why can't you people do that? Why does my presence trigger you so badly that you have to cause trouble? Why does my presence trigger you so badly that you have to send this shit at me? Because that says more about you, doesn't it? That one human being can trigger the life out of you. The simple fact is, do better. Do better. Just to cap it off, please stop. Like I say, we're not going anywhere. It's just an annoyance and it's upsetting. Nothing more, nothing less. Ta-ta.